Plur1bus, a haunting meditation on happiness, isolation, and the human condition in Vince Gilligan's latest masterpiece. In the landscape of 2025's television offerings, few series have sparked as much intrigue, debate, and philosophical rumination as Plur1bus, the Apple TV Plus sci-fi drama created by Vince Gilligan. Premiering on November 7, 2025, this 9-episode first season marks Gilligan's bold departure from the meth-fueled moral ambiguities of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, venturing instead into a post-apocalyptic realm where humanity's greatest threat isn't violence or greed, but an insidious form of enforced contentment. Starring Rhea Seehorn in a tour de force performance that cements her as one of television's most compelling leads, Plur1bus explores what it means to be truly human in a world stripped of conflict, desire, and individuality. This analysis review delves into the series' plot, characters, thematic depths, production excellence, and cultural reception, arguing that Plur1bus is not just a standout show of the year but a prescient commentary on our increasingly isolated, tech-mediated lives. Plot overview: a world united in bliss, fractured by immunity. At its core, Plur1bus posits a chilling what if an extraterrestrial virus, dubbed the Joining, swept across Earth, transforming nearly all of humanity into a serene, hive-minded collective known as the Others, originating from a cosmic signal intercepted by astronomers. The virus, reproduced in a lab, rewrites human biology to foster unbreakable peace and happiness, erasing personal strife in favor of shared consciousness. The twist: 13 individuals remain immune, their minds untouched by this blissful assimilation. The series centers on one such survivor, Carol Sturkis Seehorn, a curmudgeonly fantasy romance novelist from Albuquerque, New Mexico, whose innate misery becomes both her curse and her superpower. The narrative unfolds with deliberate pacing, beginning in the premiere episode We Is Us, where the outbreak's chaos is depicted through intimate, ground-level perspectives. Carol, returning from a book tour, witnesses society's collapse firsthand. Riots give way to eerie calm as the infected form polite cues and speak in unison. Her wife, Helen Miriam Shore, succumbs early, leaving Carol to grapple with grief in a world that offers her anything except true reversal of the catastrophe. Assigned a chaperone named Zozia Karolina Widra, a Polish woman integrated into the Others, Carol learns the hive mind's benevolent yet ominous intent to accommodate the immune while plotting their eventual integration using advanced biotech. Subsequent episodes layer complexity. In Pirate Lady, Carol travels to Bilbao, Spain, for a summit with fellow immunes, only to trigger a deadly seizure in the Others through her defiance. Grenade flashes back to her strained marriage with Helen, humanizing her prickliness, while Please, Carol sees her experimenting with truth serum on Zozia, uncovering the virus's reversibility or lack thereof. Mid-season highlights like Got Milk and HDP reveal horrifying logistics of the Others' sustenance, including human-derived protein sources, blending body horror with existential dread. The back half shifts focus to other immunes, such as the isolationist Manosos Oviedo Carlos Manuel Vesca in Paraguay and the hedonistic Kumba Diabate Samba Shut in Mauritania. Their stories intersect with Carol's in the finale La Chica o El Mundo, where alliances form and shatter over whether to destroy the hive or succumb to its utopia. Without spoiling the climax, suffice it to say Gilligan crafts a resolution that feels earned, ambiguous, and ripe for season 2, which has already been greenlit. Spoiler section ahead. For deeper analysis, the series' philosophical core emerges in revelations about the virus's origins, an alien signal designed to unite species, and the Others' use of Carol's frozen eggs for targeted assimilation. Manosos' quest to bomb the collective's infrastructure forces Carol to choose between personal happiness, a budding romance with Zozia, and humanity's fractious freedom. This culminates in a poignant atom bomb handover, symbolizing the destructive cost of individuality. End spoilers. The plot's strength lies in its restraint. No explosive action sequences or CGI spectacles dominate. Instead, tension builds through dialogue, subtle world building, and Carol's internal monologues. Critics have noted parallels to classics like Invasion of the Body Snatchers and The Leftovers, but Plur1bus distinguishes itself by making the apocalypse obliging rather than antagonistic. Character analysis: misery as the last bastion of humanity. Rhea Seehorn's Carol Sturka is the beating heart of Plur1bus, a character whose unlikability is her greatest asset. Drawing from her Better Call Saul role as Kim Wexler, Seehorn infuses Carol with a steely resolve masked by sarcasm and self-sabotage. She's not a hero by choice. Her immunity stems from deep-seated dissatisfaction, a metaphor for those who resist societal pressures to be happy. Seehorn's nuanced performance, from quiet breakdowns to explosive rants, earned her nominations for Golden Globes and Critics' Choice Awards. Supporting characters enrich this tapestry. Wedra's Zazia embodies the other's eerie politeness, her shared memories making her both confidant and threat. Vesca's Manosos represents radical individualism, his arduous journey through South America highlighting the physical toll of rejection. Guest spots, like John Cena as himself in a surreal cameo, add levity, while Shore's Helen provides emotional anchors via flashbacks. Critics praise the ensemble for avoiding caricatures, the others aren't villains but a mirror to our own desires for frictionless existence. As one review notes, Carol shouts expletives at everyone for 45 minutes each episode, then realizes something to move the plot forward in the last 5 minutes. This rhythm underscores character growth, transforming Carol from isolated curmudgeon to reluctant savior. Thematic depths: from many, one but at what cost? Plur1bus Latin for more or referencing e pluribus unum out of many, one grapples with profound themes, the allure of collective harmony versus the chaos of individuality. In a post-COVID, AI-saturated 2025, the series feels eerily relevant, questioning if loneliness is the price of autonomy. The Other's world offers unlimited resources, no wars, no poverty, but erases personal agency, echoing debates on social media's homogenizing effects or universal basic income's potential pitfalls. Become a member. Isolation permeates every frame. Carol's empty Albuquerque streets symbolize inner voids, while the Hive's seizures from conflict highlight humanity's inherent messiness. Gender and sexuality weave in subtly. Carol's lesbian identity informs her grief and budding connection with Zazia, adding layers to themes of connection in a disconnected world. Philosophically, it probes happiness's nature. Is enforced bliss true joy, or does suffering define us? Gilligan, inspired by post-Better Call Saul fatigue with bad guys, flips the script here. The villains are kind, forcing viewers to root for discord. Comparisons to Severance abound, but Plur1bus leans more existential, akin to The Twilight Zone with a serialized arc production aspects, Gilligan's signature polish. Filmed in Albuquerque under the code name Wicaro 339, Plur1bus boasts a $15 million per episode budget, evident in its cinematography and score. Dave Porter's haunting compositions reminiscent of his Breaking Bad work amplify unease, while directors like Gilligan himself and Gordon Smith employ long takes to build tension. The single camera setup allows for intimate visuals, desaturated colors for the post-joining world contrast Carol's vibrant flashbacks. Production hurdles, including the 2023 Writers Guild strike, delayed filming from February to September 2024. Yet, the result is seamless, with practical effects e.g. the dairy farm horrors grounding the sci-fi. An anti-AI disclaimer in credits: this show was made by humans, adds meta commentary. Marketing was innovative, a real phone number played hive mind messages, blurring fiction and reality. Reception, acclaim amid polarization. Plur1bus debuted to stellar reviews, boasting a 98% tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes and 87/100 on Metacritic. Critics hail its originality, the New York Times calls it gripping and enigmatic, while Vulture deems it about everything and unlike anything else. NPR praises its relevance to loneliness epidemics, and Variety defends its pacing as purposeful. Audience response is more divided, 68% on Rotten Tomatoes, with IMDb at 8.110 from over a million ratings. Detractors decry the slow pace, glacial and boring, and Carol's unlikability, with online threads labeling it a bad piece of television for lacking philosophical depth. Fans, however, celebrate it as 2025's best, with video analyses proclaiming it show of the year. Viewership shattered records, becoming Apple TV Plus's most watched series, surpassing Severance Season 2. Awards buzz is strong, with wins at AFI and Screen Awards. Comparison to Gilligan's Oeuvre and broader impact. Unlike the anti-hero arcs of Walter White or Jimmy McGill, Plur1bus inverts expectations. Carol's flaw is her resistance to goodness. Yet, Gilligan's hallmarks persist: moral ambiguity, New Mexico settings, crew crossovers, making it a spiritual successor while standalone. It echoes El Camino in its introspective tone but amplifies sci-fi elements. Culturally, in a year of AI anxieties and social fragmentation, Plur1bus prompts reflection: would we trade individuality for peace? Its ambiguity invites rewatches, positioning it as a modern classic. Conclusion: a singular vision in a hive mind.